Mic check. Greetings across the earth. Greetings across the earth. I came across this information just today. I'm always late when it comes on to the local bureaucracy. And I'm truly uninformed, still a learn. However, I came across this information where we choose to share and take it from there.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for your kind introduction. I would have you know that when you serve politically, many seem to think that you have no sense, you're corrupt, and that you come to take and not to give. But I know that my colleague, Minister Clark, and myself and others truly have the best interest of Jamaica at heart. And we do come with a little bit of experience and training and skills. Having said that, let me just say how pleased I am to be here this morning with the FID and partners to share and engage on this very important topic of widening the use of the Proceeds of Crime Act through collaboration. I'm so pleased that my longtime friend, the very distinguished Professor Ali, will be your guest speaker. We used to know each other when we were students back in London, students of the law. Heart. And we do come with a little bit of experience. I know that my colleague, Minister Clark.
Again,
Self and others truly have the best interest of Jamaica.
Officer mic check. I want to make sure this thing I record,
Students of the law.
Make sure this thing give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks.
And myself and others truly have the best interest of Jamaica at heart.
Thank you, Madam Marlene Malahu, for the best interest of Jamaica. Well, we chose to be specific and say the people of Jamaica. We need people who are going to represent us, not represent Jamaica. So when you're going to talk about the Republic, we have to be specific. This information is about 16 minutes. I know it's like over a month ago or something like that, or even longer. But I like the information what she has shared and how she has bring it across. So just bear with us for them few minutes, yeah. And I'll just let the tape play and interject whenever I choose.
And we do come with a little bit of experience and training and skills. Having said that, let me just say how pleased I am to be here this morning with the FID and partners to share and engage on this very important topic.
For my people, FID is an acronym for Financial Investigative or Investigation Division. FID, Financial Investigation Division. That's just for clarity for my common people.
Of widening the use of the Proceeds of Crime Act through collaboration. I'm so pleased that my longtime friend, the very distinguished Professor Ali, will be your guest speaker. We used to know each other when we were students back in London, students of the law. I share the view that Professor Ali is most able in this area, and I hope that I can stay to hear some of it. Everyone has spoken about the interesting timing of today's event. I see it slightly differently. It is not just because there is outrage about allegations of financial crimes and impropriety in a section of the financial services sector, but it is happening at a time when the public sector is being transformed. And I'm pleased that the Minister of Finance and the Public Service has been spearheading a historic transformation through the public sector compensation reform work that will inure to the benefit of all of Jamaica. Why do I say so? Because the burden of law enforcement falls to the government. And time has come for everyone to understand that those who work in government and those who discharge the function of state and government must come with a special understanding of what that burden entails.
Okay, Madam Marlene Malehu Fort, Minister of Constitutional Reform, if I'm not mistaken. Right now, you're on the topic of finance. First and foremost, I think when we use finance for my common people, it is essential for us to know what finance is. Finance is a term for matters regarding the management, creation, and study of money and investment. We leave it like that. Right here. We can find a plethora of definitions, but we'll just leave it right there for now. So we are talking about finance. And finance have to deal with money and investment. And when we talk about money, Madam, I would like you and that finance minister to express for the Jamaican people, the people of Jamaica, move into a republic from whatever it was, monarchical or corporate construct. We will be needing finance now, first and foremost, as a free nation such as the Jamaica Republic. Could you express for the people of Jamaica what kind of currency will we be using? Obviously, it should be the Jamaica note. And if such, you have to tell me what will the Jamaica note be backed by? Because once we're going to step out as a republic, republic, meaning again, public, we have to start fresh. So we now can use the foreign money or currency. So right there, would have to lay a question and say, boy, how are we going to finance this autonomous move entering into the form of a republic? And as we continue, I'll share my opinion.
And increasingly, there can be no place for complacency. There can be no place for dropping the ball, no place for skylarking. There has to be a thorough understanding of the exigency of the service. And even when Your own conditions of service are less than ideal. Such is the nature of public service because we come to guard the public interest. And so I'm excited.
Public service. People, listen carefully. And you're there to guard the public interest, not the private interest. Nothing private here. Hence, it's imperative that we remove the foreign money or currency from our new way forward. Very important. With the control of our money, we will be able to control our own destiny as a people. So I'm just here to share the perspective of a free man, respectfully.
Excited by the opportunity of the timing, because it is said that in every crisis there is opportunity. The timing also brings heightened awareness in a large section of the public about what is required to safeguard the revenue, to safeguard the public purse. Financial crimes are particularly
The revenue or revenue, again, venue, which is the public purse. So we are talking about money right here. Very important, my people. Extremely important. Whoever control the printing of your money will control and govern your destiny. It's that simple.
egregious because they can bring not only people to their knees, but an entire nation. They can bring the government to its knees by disabling it in a way that will prevent it from making appropriate and timely provisions of goods and services to meet the needs of the people. I think it is also important to understand the link between the financial crimes and the wider crimes in the society. I know the Andrew Holness administration is grappling with the high murder rate reflective of wartime. And the data that we assess shows that what presents itself in chaos and disorder, murder, gang and gun running, all of those are actually part of organized crime. That is what the data is showing. That is what the intelligence is showing. But when you have to charge a crime, it requires much more than suspicion because suspicion is not sufficient to found guilt.
Very important. I'll take it back at that.
All of those are actually part of organized crime.
Organized crime. Now, Madam, I think it's CFR 72.11 define crime as a commercial activity. Madam. So if we are talking about crime being organized, let's be specific, Madam, because we can point the finger at the construct that is already in place, where it is money in the form of paper without full disclosure to the public of the consequences arising from use of that, let us say, fiat, meaning non-backing currency. So this is how we have to move forward with full disclosure with people such as I, presenting ourselves this way on behalf of the people of Jamaica.
That is what the data is showing. That is what the intelligence is showing. But when you have to charge,
Again, you'll have to charge a crime. When you'll have to charge a crime, listen to the narrative. What is a charge? Is that not a form of tax or a form of compel payment? Just a question. So listen carefully, people of Jamaica, to the narrative and use any legal lexion to ascertain the meaning of the definition of these words being used. Very important, I people. To charge a crime. Now, with our information, we know how to discharge all crimes because crime is a commercial activity. Get it, I people? Can't give you much more, you know.
crime, it requires much more than suspicion because suspicion is not sufficient to found guilt. It requires much more than say so. The law sets out burden of proof and standard of proof, and it requires time to convert intelligence to evidence to prove cases.
Madam, you are learned in legal process, but I'll share some information with you, madam. In law, there is such a thing, a Latin phrase called corpus delicti. Yeah, man. Meaning the victim of that crime. And when you're talking about burden of proof, we can say elements of crime because for you to bring a charge of a criminal offense or crime, then it's imperative that you have what is known as corpus delicti, meaning the victim of that crime. Yeah, man. And then we have what is known as due process of law. Quite sure you're familiar with these things. Due process of law. Let's continue.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, the law regulates relationship between people. It reflects values of the society. And it is said that the law in society is a living organism based on factual and social reality that is constantly changing.
I beg to differ, madam. Your legality will always change, but the law, which is supreme, remain the same. And what is that law? That law is do no harm. So if you thief, it's an harm to someone. If you defraud, it's a harm to someone. If you perjure, it's a harm to someone. And a harm is synonymous with a wrong. Yeah, because it wrong for you violate any man's freedom. That is wrong. So we have to get to specific. When we are talking about law, we are specific. Your legal practice is general. That's where you have room to commit or perpetrate or perpetuate fraud when you use generalized terms, madam. So it is imperative that you be specific going forward.
Sometimes the change is minor and gradual and cannot be noticed without the proper distance and perspective. Sometimes change in law precedes a social change and is even intended to stimulate it.
I beg to differ again. Your social engineering or your social advocacy cannot dictate law. It may dictate your legal policy, but it cannot dictate law. I personally detect the subtlety within your statement. This is why whatever constitution is being written must be presented to the public for the public to scrutinize it. That's what you call referendum. Because if I don't get to see that constitution, we will reject it. And we will reject your foreign group. Yeah, or you must be foreign to the people if you're going to engage in any kind of contract without the full disclosure of the people and without the people's consent. Don't tell me you have any kind of group of y'all thinking you can come together and represent us all. Can never happen. So this is an avenue or an area where you guys have to contemplate going forward.
In most cases, however, a change in the law is the result of a change in social reality.
You will not be able to have a same-sex policy written as law. We will reject it, we will rebut it, we will refute it, and this whole place will go up in flame. Madam, I'm no prophet. I'm no prophet, but Port Royal is an example.
When social reality change, the law must change too. When social reality change, those who enforce the law
Look at the smirk on her face. She knows what she's thinking. She knows her volition. And this constitutes intent. Are you getting it, my people? This constitutes intent. Look at that smirk. You know you're guilty, madam. How much money did you get from that international community to advocate this new radical change in our laws? Because I haven't seen the proposed constitution and I don't see it anywhere in the public. So who are you people trying to bamboozle? Not our people. We will rebel.
must also change their approach. Just as change in social reality is the law of life, responsiveness to changes in social reality is the life of the law. And this leads me
Man, my
to
computer just
sharing with
blacked
you
out,
some of
people.
what we hope to do on the constitutional
Yeah,
reform
my
front
computer just
to
blacked out,
ensure
man.
that
Oh man, this is
those
interesting.
who
My
choose
computer
to
freeze,
benefit
people.
from a criminal
There's nothing I
lifestyle
can do right now.
will have no place to hide and no place to
Oh
run.
man, this
As
is
I thought
something.
about the topic of widening the use
Man,
of the Proceeds of Crime Act, the POCA, I reflected on what was foremost in my understanding of POCA when it was passed back in 2007, and that
I'm
was
back on.
the criminal lifestyle aspect.
I missed a little bit of that, but we're talking about POCA, Proceeds of Crime Act. POCA, it's an acronym, people. So, like the 4 million, the 40 million, the 800 million, the 80 million, all of those seizure, the assets, the houses, the cars, the guns, the drugs, all these assets carry value, my people. Now, have we, the people, benefit from any of these things? No. Are we, the people, supposed to be paying taxes? Yes. So is the taxes supposed to facilitate the governmental needs? Yes. So with all of these extra proceeds, where is it? Where is it? Now we're going to need a forensic audit of these proceeds of crime. So we have to start fresh enough. So it only makes sense with us, clean house. And you're talking about organized criminality, criminal organization. Cannot exclude yourselves. Let's start fresh, madam.
The person who's regarded as having a criminal lifestyle, the one who benefits from conduct constituting crime,
Hold on, man.
skills,
Hold on, madam.
heart. And we do come with a little bit of
Hold
experience
on,
waiting.
madam.
The timing also brings between the financial crimes and the wider crimes in the. But when you have to charge a crime, it requires much more than suspicion, because suspicion is not sufficient to found guilt. It requires much more than say so. The law sets out, the law regulates relationship between people and is even intended to stimulate it. In most cases, however, a change in the law is the result of a change in social reality. When social reality change, the law must change too.
Yeah, work with that guy, Chief Query from the Maroon. Look at y'all, man. Look at that face. Can't get over it. You know exactly what your intent is. And I'm calling it out. 'Cause I'm going to see it spiritually long time.
Two, when social reality change, those who enforce the law must also change their approach. Just
The boogery law will stay on the books. You remove that law, your goose will be cooked.
as change in social reality is the law of life, responsiveness to changes in social reality is the life of the law. And this leads me to sharing with you some of what
We beg to differ. We beg to differ.
we hope to do on the constitutional reform front
Oh,
to
oh,
ensure
oh, oh.
that those who choose to benefit from a criminal lifestyle will have no place to hide and no place to run.
Does that mean the politician cannot run away to Switzerland anymore? Are we going to hunt them down and give them a proper forensic audit and go into those trusts, those, you know, say, unlawful trusts that is keeping the ill-gotten gains and the legacy of slavery? Are we going to do all that, madam?
as I thought about the topic of widening the use of the proceeds of crime act, the poker, I reflected on what was foremost in my understanding of poker when it was passed back in 2007, and that was the criminal lifestyle aspect. The person who's regarded as having a criminal lifestyle, the one who benefits.
That's the politician. That's the politician, madam. And listen,
From conduct constituting crime, and the law sets out a schedule of those crimes. And, they include thievery, as them say.
well, will the politicians be immune as they are now from criminal activity and conduct? Again, will the politicians be immune from their participation in criminal acts or criminal conduct, madam?
Those who thief, whether you thief in the private sector or in the public sector.
Uh-oh, this is why I like this lady. Got no dishonest public officer would make them kind of statement. Yeah, I tell you that, people. Yeah, man. Anja now come make them statement, yeah. Knowing him or incriminate himself. No, he won't do that. So this is why I like this lady. I detect, some wholesomeness from this lady, truly. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And she seemed to be bright, so I always say I'm probably one of the only politicians where I would communicate with out there, this lady, when she was Attorney General. I see like a little foreign man now is in that seat. A little, you know, look like I'm Spanish, look like I'm, something else, but I'm not original Jamaicans. He's like that national minister of national security dude. These guys are foreigners, and their interests are such. No partiality here. Yeah, man. No partiality here. Anyway, let's continue.
Larceny as a servant, embezzlement, fraud,
Malfeasance in public office. Don't forget that, madam.
money laundering, those who earn the money, blood money.
Now we are talking about the attorneys. Now you're talking about the dude named Sean Penny. I don't know his name so proper, but I hope me not butcher it. Yeah, you talk about fellows like those. Yeah, blood money. Oh yeah, these guys know exactly what's going on out there in the criminal world. They are facilitators. They are complicit. Really? So, madam, hey, you have a whole lot of work to do if you're going to talk about cleaning house. You need a president for Jamaica. Watch me. I'll double, what I mean, as president. So my office as king, and I'll, function as president. Yeah, even as consultant, I don't necessarily want to be on the front page, period. But we can sit down and they are them consult, what I mean? And we implement, you know, things in place where we benefit the people. One of the first things we have to do is remove the foreign money or currency from us. That's one of the first and foremost. Yeah, man.
Criminal money, and then try to clean it up. And so it stands to reason that the use of the poker cannot and should not be limited to the FID or the revenue. And if for no other reason, I'm so pleased that this conference is taking place at this time to remind. Now, where we sit in government, there is a call for new laws all the time. But I've always said, have we taken stock of the laws that we have?
We need to start to, initiate and implement these boogery laws out there. Too much free reign. Too much free reign. Yeah, man, make we uphold the family values. Let's see the man and him woman and him children. Yeah, man. And if the man have more than one woman, that's fine. And if the woman have more than one man, that's fine. That's their choice. But listen, not the same sex agenda. Very important. Very important. We don't need another Port Royal incident.
Because generally, our problem is not that we need new laws, but that we need to use the laws that we have. Because Jamaica is usually first out of the block in passing laws. And the reason why we have been first, from my own research, is that we have been so economically impoverished for a long time.
We have been economically impoverished for a long time because of the foreign interference in our land. When we had an opportunity to develop and grow from back in the manly time, then because of politics, you guys work with the CIA, and your oldness administration, GLP, work with the CIA to destabilize this land. And we have evidence showing that you guys were responsible for the Evelyn Tide home, you'd say massacre. It was a GLP. Yeah, the CIA came and revealed that. So we won't be able to trust the political system. So we have to, at least lay down some ground rules to say, if we're not going to do it this way, then we won't participate. You guys are the culprit, the political system. And, you've always been dishonest. Now, we may have a chance to start fresh, to start new.
We've had to rely so much on international assistance. And in very
Listen, there are them can find this information to the very end. It's very interesting, but because we know time I got flow quick, I think more at least share some other information. Yeah, man. Now we can always get back to the tape, but I don't want to fall asleep and I not get to read a document to the public. So to the Andrew Wellness Administration, and by extension, the government of Jamaica and its entire political system, the Jamaica Re-Public Charter, fundamental rights and freedoms, preamble, the people of the Jamaica Re-Public hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, freedom, and estate possession, i.e., that is, property ownership. The people of Jamaica, of the Jamaica Republic, in order to form a harmonious existence, establish justice, secure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense and or protection, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of freedom to us and our posterity. Do ordain and establish the Constitution for the Jamaica Republic, or debt-free republic. Finance. Finance is a term for matters regarding the management, creation, and study of money and investment. Number one, the people's money or currency shall be backed by the full faith and credit of the people, the raw material and natural resources of the island. Number two, the people's money or currency shall be debt and interest free to allow our economy to develop and prosper, as the people shall control the amount of money to be created. The people can add printed dollars into the economy as they add production. Yeah, as they add production, and there will be no inflation. Additionally, with today's sophisticated computer, the people can easily monitor the printing of money and inflation, if any. Number three, the people of the Jamaica Republic shall abolish all foreign money and currency issued by the Fed. Any government debt owned by the Fed is automatically eliminated. All remaining debt could be paid as needed with the same type of currency issued, debt and interest-free Jamaica notes. Jamaica notes are backed by the full faith and credit of the people and the raw material and natural resources of our land. Number four, the people shall pay no interest on our money. Government spending will decrease, so will taxes. Less taxes mean that the people will buy more goods and services, and our economy will expand. An expanded economy means more jobs and higher profits for businesses. More profits mean an increase in business tax. Number five, businesses continue to pay taxes while personal taxes decrease. We, the people, will have more money to spend, will buy more, and therefore pay increased state sales taxes. We're not going to have no problem with that. This allows the Republic to balance her budget without raising real estate taxes. As history proves, we shall prosper. Yeah, man. We shall prosper. I'm thinking of the positive. Number six, the people shall appoint an agency to monitor inflation as we exchange our retiring government debt for debt and interest-free Jamaica notes, cash. Number seven, the people shall break up the central bank created by the Fed and start fresh. The power of the people's money shall be the wealth of the Jamaica Republic. So me really have to share that little part of it. I have to take it from some information where we gather and just basically put it together. All this information and us, you know, information out there in the public, and we just formulate it or we choose and add what we need and remove what we don't need. And that's it for my people. The Jamaica Republic Charter. You'd have to bring that forward. Yeah, man. Step by step, man. Yeah.
invariably a condition precedent to our benefiting from aid as a passing of certain laws. It's a sad reality. It's really a sad reality because the urgency that is required in the lawmaking process is not always there unless and until there is something to be gained. But I'm happy to say that times are changing, and certainly the Wholeness Administration realizes that we have to act in Jamaica's interest. Getting a proper legal and constitutional framework is not dependent on what our international partners tell us, important as that conversation, dialogue, and partnership is.
Very interesting. So, people, we as a people must be active. We as a people must demand whatever charter they're putting together, specifically the fundamental rights and freedom, which is the Jamaica Bill of Rights. Within this tape, Madam, I got introduce the fact that within the Jamaica Constitution, they left out certain specifics when it comes on to due process of law, requiring evidential proof of crime, which is the corpus delicti. But in order for, go easy with the time, I could just ease up right here. Uh, Again, I could just,
And so, ladies and gentlemen, there is an important collaboration that will have to take place in order for us to better enable the FID and law enforcement in general in Jamaica to do its work. We are embarking on the most significant constitutional reform work to be undertaken in the nation of Jamaica since the attainment of independence in 1962. To change the provisions of the Constitution, we will have to collaborate. The government side of Parliament with the opposition side of Parliament, and all of Parliament with the people of Jamaica.
with the people of Jamaica. Listen this part now.
Because the kind of changes that we desire to make are to the provisions which have special protection.
So, are you saying all along, even with the amendment of 2012, from 1962 to 2012, 2011, when the Governor General amend the Constitution and the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, are you saying you guys intentionally left out something?
In the National Security Council, we look at a number of issues requiring response legislatively and even constitutionally. And among the many issues that we grapple with is the form of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom that we now have. Revolutionary when it was amended and enacted in 2011. But the question has arisen as to whether we have gone from one extreme to the next.
Now, a man like me enter your court or any client of mine with this statement. It's very interesting. Very interesting. People, let me replay this. Now, you see, when you go in a court and these judges and these prosecuting attorneys or prosecuting court clerk, I should say, but they're all attorneys. When them a tell you for plead, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? I man shall make no plea. Why? Because I'm innocent. So I can't make a plea whether guilty or not. I'm innocent. You have burden of proof is on you because you take me in your area to prove that I'm some kind of criminal. Where is the victim of the crime? Let the victim of the crime stand, not police officer. Be mindful because the technicalities that are going to be in place is going to be beautiful. And not all of us go and subscribe to an attorney for aid. Not all of us. Some of us will retain the aid of a counsel, private counsel. Yeah, man. So it's very interesting, people. Yes, just like what they try with I. This is why I'm telling you, me have them thing here on public record. Me have them document here. You understand? And with the issue where I got through would constitute fraud in many ways. Not just fraud, but malfeasance. You know what I mean? Not just malfeasance, but a breach of fiduciary duty. So there's a lot of things here for just one man. You can bankrupt on a corporate organization. Truly. Thank you, madam. Now una get for comprehend say you guys was very far removed from law. And even these new changes will affect your judiciary. Yeah, man. And a lot of people will get locked up. I go walk out of that place just on technicality because a lot of the arrests were illegal. And if the tree is illegal, then whatever fruit deriving from the tree is such null and void. Yes, madam. I would love to be in a consultation with bright people such as yourself and your colleagues. Yeah, because a man such as I won't have an issue. I ask some pointed question and demand specificity. We must be specific. No generalization here, madam.
consistent with or in contravention of the provision to the extent that the law in question imposes on any person charged the burden of proving particular facts.
Beautiful. So you say it's going to be interesting going forward when we start stepping on some of these courts and quietly sitting probably the back and take silent judicial notice of that. Either say court functions or operations. Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. We are talking about laws, we are talking about elements of crime. This is what she are talking about. Burden of proof. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, what constitute crime? These things.
So all who are calling for speeding up of the unexplained wealth provisions or the changes to the law, it is my considered view that we will have to make an amendment to the protection of the right to due process provision of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom to reinstitute this provision. No.
Yes. Now, this is why I say this lady, irrespective of what is being said in the public, for I personally, I'll always give this lady the benefit of the doubt. Always. I keep saying there's a wholesomeness about her where it's obvious. Yeah, man. As a politician, some would more call her a states lady. Not a statesman, but a states lady or a states woman. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, coffee. Rewrite this in a new constitution gonna be beautiful. However, we have to say the proposed charter so we can peruse it or dissect it or scrutinize it for ourselves, madam.
No, it is not one that can happen without the support of the parliamentary opposition. The government is already clear on the direction it wishes to go, but it is an entrenched provision of the law, of the Constitution, and if we do not have the support of the parliamentary opposition to reinstate this provision, we will have to put it to the people in the referendum. And the constitutional standard is that a vote of 2/3 of the electorate will be required.
So if you're going to put it to the people in the referendum and it's 2/3 of the electorate, that means that another people are the electorate. So who are these electorates? You know what I mean? So when now go listen, this is why I chose to govern myself. That way I'm free from whatever political system is there. Totally free. And again, the moment I sit down on this kind of knowledge where you guys lack, you guys vacate whatever authority you guys are presuming out there. You understand? And when you say Awak Indian nation, you stand down. Why? Because them chief counsel is here and I am he. Yeah. Yeah, man. And we are business friendly. We don't have an issue conducting business. This is why we have a fee schedule in place. Yeah, man.
A mighty high hurdle. I use the opportunity to say that I expect collaboration from the parliamentary opposition, as I do from the people of Jamaica, as we seek to put law enforcement on the right path and to protect the revenues of the country and to ensure that all who choose to engage in criminal activities will have no place to hide. Good.
Thank you very much, madam. No, sir, boy, you now look for run and hide. I like the fuck how you grew up in a one bush as what I heard your story, segregated from the whole island. It's like you grew up on an island by yourself. I like that. Yeah, man. So you know, I got too easily pollute and corrupt. You can just dwell in your basic environment, exist there and not worry about all of the trappings, unlike a lot of those other people out there. So I always give credit, madam. Salute.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Salute, madam. Yeah, man. You have my respect out there. I know your personal issues and it not really matter to a man such as I. Salute, Kim Lace. Man, you up late. This is a graveyard shift and, we are putting some work where we are introduce a little bit of political science to my basic people. And then me, as usual, I teach me Jamaica public officers and them judiciary law, you know what I mean? And as usual, we are unimpressed with these attorneys when them act like they're, some kind of nobility. We like the attorneys, but down to earth, and we can reason with it, and when we can either say relate to it. Yeah, man. We have bankers where we can reason with and we relate to it, and we know so them banker there not really twisted. It's like me a jog first night. Yeah, either say a late evening run and thing. And me a warm down just a bounce and I see a vehicle just cut in front me and stop. Some policeman stop, but this vehicle I never no police vehicle. And you don't know my energy raise like me and say, oh you know? And when I look, I'm a brethren. Long time I not see my brethren. My brethren kind of, overweight. I hope him not feel offended when I say that. Yeah, my brethren thick. Me I say, boy, I forgot drop some of them weight in my general. You know it go. And him even a complain about him, him knees and, me I say the weight. And we are reason as usual and thing. And him touch upon some point where he must say, boy, King, probably that's why I'm not go really, reach like how some man reach up there and, live some lavish style. I must say I'm just not in it. Ones and ones approaching. I would have say, yeah, you need to make this and that kind of connection. And them you that grow a water fort with way, not show them a banker now. Them you that away same way. You understand? Yeah, man. So you have certain little thing with them man that that's now gonna fall for. And we have brethren out there where all different walks of life. We have a pilot brethren where if you're running time might be a joke and laugh and genuineness and realness you get same way. Whereas when you just a meet, if it's no say I don't know, stuck up type of thing. This is us. You know what I mean? We have doctors out there same way, dentists out there same way. And the ghetto we come from. You know what I mean? And Waterford becomes watch the whole Jamaica is a ghetto depending on your state of mind, depending on your point of view. It is a ghetto. Some might gated, some might open. But depending on your state of mind, it is a ghetto and it can be heaven. Right? In my state of mind, I said this place is heaven. But foreign people invade this location and spoil it. That is my point of view. That is my opinion. But yes, side people, we have the Jamaica Re-Public Charter, Fundamental Rights and Freedom, and we have stipulates we don't want to deal with the Fed, we don't want to deal with the foreign currency, we don't want to deal with the foreign financial system. There is no way we can become a republic totally dependent on foreign currency for existence. No way. Now we have fair use with natural resources where the foreigner them are exploit from us. We keep that for ourselves. Now we start, It has a manufacture what we need, because we can do that. We now forgot when if Rastaman used to wear crocus bag, we just make them think that come back in a style. We now feeling a bag of fancy color, we just wear bare khaki, keep it simple. And we do that for at least about 5 or 10 years and build ourselves. And them sacrifice that as a people. But it got tough because we have too much sellout. We have too much sellout. We have too much people that have our best interests at heart. Them just look upon us as a people, as commodity, as business. Yeah, well, them just toss us into commerce. So before we can move forward, you people we are talking about on our government have to express to us what will be our foundation. How will we finance ourselves? Are we going to be dependent on IMF and these foreign international bankers? If that's the case, we are not interested. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, yeah. This place here is beautiful. But, because it was a foreign agenda to destabilize this location, you see the criminality increase. It become a huge business. Yeah, man, huge business. Crime become a huge business. If me did ever have any intention to be criminal with what me know now, I could never be. I could never be. Number one, it's always in the best interest of the foreigners to criminalize us as a people. It's always in the foreigners' best interest. It profit the foreigners because crime. Again, what is it? CFR? What is it? Code of Federal Regulation 72.11. Look it up. Crime is a commercial activity, my people. Again, crime is a commercial activity. It's business. When I say commerce, it means business, but it's a specific kind of business. It's a business where foreign people totally control, where you have to pay interest, taxes, or charge on everything. Yet, there's nothing to pay. It's always a promise to pay. It's just a circle. Yeah, just a circle. Yeah, man. As I said, yeah, we have to stop killing each other. But again, acknowledge to that. Because if a man a come for hurt you and harm you, you have to defend and protect yourself. It might just dead in the process and hey, you become a killer. You know what I mean? So, we just know so boy, we have to choose righteousness. We just have to choose good. And we just have to use truth as our guide, as our compass, and as our anchor. Truth. Yeah, man. Anyway, right now the 1 hour mark. Never want this thing take too long, but again, when the information a flow, make it flow. To them, it kind of really busy getting some work done from a place. So I have my little project I do, and I look into this thing, I listen to this tape, and I say, boy, I have to really put something together and push it out there where we can at least start with. Yeah, man, because my common people clueless. Even this video, I will go over everybody's head as usual, but we have to bring it forward. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then our work is done. So salute out the free people. Yeah, man. The brave may fall, but never yield. And we say bold and brave. We say firm and strong. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, take your time, man. The recording I got up there. So the ones where choose will have access to the information. Yeah, man. 'Cause that's what we're doing. We just shine light so we can dispel darkness. Yeah, man. So we can dispel the illiteracy. So we can dispel the ignorance from our people. Yeah, man. And if them are hang out with me, that's all it takes. Yeah, man. That's all it takes. So again, complete gratitude. Salute, Kim Lace. Gratitude passing through. Yeah, man. Graveyard shift, you know. Usually, I know nothing new. When the common folk asleep, usually I'm on, up. Yeah, man. I'm on a travel. hmm Yeah, man. And when them are wake, I'm on no rest yet. Still up. It's been that way for a long time. The beauty about it now is that I'm home. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not in a hostile environment. I'm home. So I do give thanks. Again, complete gratitude. For some reason, I like that energy. Yeah. I like that flow. Yeah. And I must say, I was a bit reticent for even step out on the YouTube highway. Yeah, man. In the night. Yeah. Yeah, man. But I'm glad I really, yeah, yeah, man. I'm glad I really pushed through. So again, complete gratitude to our people for our knowledge. Yeah, man. Complete gratitude. Salute, Madame Marlene Malaku for, yeah, man. You have our respect. I can say, you exercise moral integrity out there. Yeah, man. It's commendable and it is impressive, madam. However, make sure a man such as I get a copy of whatever proposed constitution you guys are trying to bring forward. Very important. Yeah, because if this Nestorian king seal that document, then it will be null and void. It's that simple. It will be null and void. Because slave can't create nothing at all. Have to get the authentication and authorization from a free man. That too is important. Yeah, man. So do not continue to ignore this Nestorian king because your ignorance may just be your demise.